Good evening everybody, welcome to Bear Reviews with me, your host Jack. And now we're going to move on to a beer given to me by Matt from the Hop Studio. If you watched the last video, we tried Hop Juju that he gave me as a really kind gift, alongside this little Jackie O's beer as well, Mystic Mama IPA. And this is a beer that he's made that is just, sounds outstanding. This is Chocolat by the Hop Studio, where he's the head brewer. This is an 8.5% white stout. I'm clocking in at 8.5%, it's got 35 IBUs in it, and it's got Centennial Glen hops, it's got super pale ale malt and malted oats, and more importantly, some vanilla, and it's bourbon barrel aged. This is the sort of beer that I kind of love, really. It's kind of out there, it's kind of a bit more interesting, it's kind of a bit more avant-garde, and I've tried some of Matt's home brews, two of the Ancients, Matt, by the way. I think it really gets to say it on the evening, because we're ever so slightly drunk, but my god, is that good. Two of the Ancients, one of his home brews is like I think it was aiming to be 17, he'll correct me if I'm wrong, but could have fermented anywhere up to past there at 2.5 years plus, and a massive Final Gravity Ella, Dark Lord, or any one of those other kind of big, treacly, syrupy beers. Really cool. So yeah, Matt did give me this, but he asked for honest opinions, and you know I always do give honest opinions, which is cool. A couple of pointers that he gave me though, and for anyone who's going to go pick one of these up, well worth remembering as well. Room temperature. He was very adamant about that. I can understand why. It's a pale beer and you might think, oh, it could probably do with a bit of time in the fridge perhaps. No, you're wrong. It's a big, strong beer. It's bourbon barrel aged, and it's going to lose so much of the complexity by being cool, I would imagine. He also asked me for a tulip glass. Still taste it in tulip glass. Hope one of these Mikkeller tasting glasses is alright with you. I know it's tiny, rather than it looks much bigger when I hold it up to the camera. But then we can get some good aroma on it and give a good swirl, maybe warm it in the hands a bit as well. So, hope he approves of my glassware choice. But essentially, good glassware for this as well. You don't want to waste good beer with bad glassware, right? So I used to work for the Hop Studio as well. That's probably another disclaimer I should give too. And one of the things that made me laugh on the side is here, the description. So, white chocolate, vanilla and cream flavours. Aged in bourbon cask for 6 months. It's a boozy and full-bodied. The milky bars are on me. And I can seriously picture Dave, the owner of the Hop Studio, saying that. It's just the thing he would say. So I've got a picture of Dave in my mind as I'm trying this, which is kind of cool. And also the design work, which is by thirstco.uk, I believe. I think that's the website. He's also the designer for Atom as well. So there's a few disclaimers with this, but trust me, you know what I'm like. You know I'll be impartial with it. So let's pour this one out in some glass and find what we have. Unsurprisingly perhaps, by just being super pale and a little bit of oat malt, and the fact that it's a white stout, it's crystal clear and it's lovely and unbelievably pale. It looks a bit dark on the camera than it actually is. It's maybe got a little bit of a copperish tube, but I mean, can you see how superbly clear that is? That's crazy. It's like looking through a magnifying glass almost at the camera through this. That's really cool. It looks good. There's a nice little bit of head despite the big ABV in there. It looks like it might stick around a little bit, lacing a tiny bit as well, which is kind of cool. A little bit of carbonation popping through the glass as well, which again, for a big beer, carbonation can be sometimes a bit of an issue sometimes. So let's get in there and give it a good old smell. Oh man, so good. Oh, there's like an oily vanilla note. Like, if I only know this because very recently I was coating up vanilla pods for a little kind of experimental beer at Atom, long story, and the smell of my hands was the same when I got the oily, thick, syrupy vanilla all over it. The aroma has got that kind of oily vanilla as well, but like the fresh vanilla pods, almost like it's just someone's crushed a vanilla pod into the glass. And there's definitely some boozy bourbon behind it. Can't exactly remember what barrels he said there were, but I seem to remember saying Heaven Hill. Correct me if I'm wrong, Matt. Oh, there's certainly some bourbon behind it as well. Tiny bit of warmth from the nose, but not too much. You get a lot of vanilla, you get the bourbon. For sure. I mean, I could genuinely be probably, although this is a rye whiskey, it has a very kind of similar nose, kind of a spicy. Pour that down. A spicy sort of aroma to it. I'm sure a bourbon expert would know more than I, but it smells fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Aroma is magnificent. I honestly mean that. So cheers, Matt. Thanks for giving me a bowl. I'm really looking forward to trying this. Wow, it's so thick actually. The oxymoronic beers are just one of those things that are crazy, right? It looks like it could just be a pale ale. It really could just be like a 4% pale ale by the looks of the glass. But on the palate, it's so juicy. It's got a nice chunky body. I wouldn't say it's like a thick as treacle, but it's definitely got a bigger, thicker body, and it's very sweet. Loads of sweetness going on. And it's almost just like drinking, how to describe it? It's like that vanilla flavour I was talking about. The smell just transfers perfectly onto the palate with a little bit of bourbon booze as well. Ever so slight, tiny just trickle of heat. But there's just barely any bitterness there either. It just finishes nice and sweet and vanilla-y and bourbony. It's just kind of, I don't know what else to say. It drinks remarkably easily as well, I might add. For even 8.5%, it just trickles down so well. I'm probably gushing quite badly, but that's really awesome, man. That's really awesome. If I made anything half as cool as that, I would be over the moon. Genuinely. From the bottom of my heart, it's a fantastic beer. Really enjoying it. And I wish I could wax lyrical a bit more about something that's going on in there perhaps, but if you like vanilla, if you like bourbon, this is really awesome and you will love this. It's the easiest way to put it. Yeah, go out and find some. That's all I have to say. I hope that's enough for you, Matt. I hope that's a good enough breakdown. It smells like vanilla, it smells like bourbon, and it tastes like it too, but without the burn. It's pretty cool, right? So please like, favorite, comment and subscribe, and until the next beer review, cheers everybody.